Okay, so this is number three on the maybe rendition on the producers and DJs in techno that sort of shape my sort of landscape and outview in electronic music. And today sort of really excited to talk about who will, in the past, didn't knew was gonna become my favorite producer. Really didn't expect it. So yeah, so Anfisa Letyago, she was born in Siberia, Russia, but at 18 she moved up. I think she moved to Napoli, Italy, and there she started her career in music production as a musician, as everything that unfolds artistically in her life. I listened to her music back in the day in 2021. I found it, I think that first on YouTube, and then I sort of navigate through it on Spotify, and I didn't have a face to her music. Remember, I had some tracks there that I would listen just to have fun. Really, I always enjoy a really tight mix, so I always thought, okay, this music sounds really tight. The mixing sounds really well thought out, really well crafted. Never thought really profoundly on it, and then I sort of started my own journey as well. Wanted to starting to produce certain stuff and DJ certain stuff as well, and then I didn't knew she was a DJ. Then out of the ether one day I found sort of a video, and the name sounded to me like similar, like Anfisa Letyago or something like that, and then everything just clicked. Oh, this is the producer. I listened to the music. I didn't know. I didn't have a face to her. Then I saw the shows, of course, and incredible DJ. I don't think I'm gonna talk about her as a DJ because she has a really a really huge cult of following. So I just think I'm gonna say stuff that people already know. So I just want to talk about her production, and by far why is she my favorite producer ever. Like in music in general, I like blues, jazz, country. I love Latin music. I love a lot of music, and I have a lot of love for producers. But on top of it all, on top of my chain will be Anfisa Letyago. So she was when she was 18, she started her career in Napoli, Italy, and basically Italian blood runs through her. I have been always in love with Italian culture, so for me it was a DJ to look. I want to take the opportunity maybe to focus a little bit more on her production side of things. So yes, I just want to make it a little bit shorter. I don't want to geek out too much, so ultimately I just recommend her music, her sets, and as well anything that this woman does. Of course, at the beginning I was sort of afraid of mixing her music because it sounded so professional, so tight. The mix in sort of the mastering or every production thing that goes into her tracks is really well thought out. It's not something that comes just from excitement. It's something that's really worked out day by day. So yes, also if you like Italian culture, definitely check her out. When you live in a country and you're playing every week and you're getting in touch with people of a certain specific type of culture, you start absorbing what they like about music, and then you start sort of amplifying that same energy. So when you see like a DJ has a residency or has worked as resident for a country, a city, basically they embody the voice and as well the personality of that city. There's always this duality between she as a DJ and as a producer, because I think that are two sort of separate things. They work in together, but as a DJ, you gotta always stay fresh, evolve your sound, and always play music for everybody. But when it comes to the studio, definitely it's different. And in my opinion, Ableton has now become like this sort of musical instrument. It's not like this DAW or this digital box. It's now become the voice of a lot of people because it's easy to grab, it's really responsive, and actually the developers of Ableton are always striving to create better ways to create, you know, a better interface or create better functionalities. And you know, at the end of the day, you know, there's people that really take it, you know, as a musical instrument or as this source to voice basically their personality through it. And it's just awesome seeing how people are able to take Ableton and throw in it and create just these massive you know, tracks. And I love that, you know, nobody really made me feel like Ableton was this huge sort of a big deal until I heard, you know, her music and knew she uses, sometimes she uses Ableton just to create tracks, but on top of that, she sort of, you know, always puts her little spice on it, you know, her maybe something that's, you know, after she creates the track, she will, you know, maybe blend in something or do something there, but her sound is distinctive. I think that her sound is probably the most distinctive and most complex thing I have ever heard. You know, I put myself in the position of those people that they play for a lot of people every weekend, sometimes 3-4 gigs a week. And this is someone that has been playing for a couple of years now, so the experience is vast. So when you realize that it doesn't matter how good you do one thing in the studio, you can do the perfect track, and the kicks can be round up, and you know, the melody can be perfectly blend in on the back, and then you put a post-production reverb or analog tape delay or whatever thing you want to put on it there. But once you go and play it live, you realize that music doesn't sound the same. There's a lot of things that for example, the speakers, you know, if it's, you know, indoors or outdoors, sound will, you know, sometimes will like behave differently, I would say. So these different behaviors, you know, sometimes change the way you're playing music, you know. As well, you might have not an pure sonic reference on stage, so sometimes you don't know how it's sounding on the outside. So what these DJs that are producers, artists, and all this array of things involved with art and electronic music, what they do on the studio, rather than creating this pop song that will sound on the radio, they try to find which are the challenges and limitations sonically of music, and they battle those limitations. So they always try to find not only sonic purity, but they try to fight these challenges live. You know, that's why they strive, that's why they become so good at rounding their sound. I love when these DJs that have experience really thrive to create these beautiful songs that just stay to the test of time because of the quality on the production. I remember I was so afraid of using her music because it just felt like her quality is so big that I felt if I didn't put a track that had the same quality or had the same force, I think there will be an unbalance sonically. But you know, one day I was just, you know, there trying to craft some concepts as well, and just throwing there a song of Anfisa Letyago, and totally it blew my mind immediately. Like, her music blends perfectly with any type of music. You can put an MP3 track, you can put a fully Ableton, you know, out of the computer and throw it to the CDJs and mix it with her music. You can throw even like any source of sonic, you know, let's say, or any type of track, and it will blend perfectly. I don't know how she does it, but she does it. That's why she's my favorite producer. She has definitely achieved that sonic purity that, you know, I enjoy, and it's like perfect. There's this track from her EP Babylon. Just always sits perfectly, you know. It doesn't matter, it just comes with this distorted, you know, riff, this lick, and just fades away, but it never loses force, it never loses, you know, any sonic element. And I do think that if we are speaking deeply on techno, what she's doing is like far years ahead, you know. And I do see, like, I never see too much people mixing her music, so I said, like, let's give it a go. And I was trying to be really diligent to mix her music, and it's fun. It's fun. Like, I love every song of her. It's really friendly to mix, but as well, it cuts to the it cuts always in the sets. It's like when you put an Anfisa Letyago track, like sort of the set changes, you know. And highly encourage you to listen to her music. Like, really? Never let that, you know, pretty face fool you. She's always gonna like create this tension on her tracks. It's like she has a knife on your neck, you know. But she always releases it, you know. That's the good thing. For me, she just creates that perfect sonic balance on her production. And yeah, as a DJ, go and check her out. Like, her sets are undescribable, or something like, for me it's not techno even, it's like art, you know. So yes, I would say that. And as well, you know, I hope we can see more of her in more festivals to come. I do think that she's a DJ that has not have such a big spotlight like she deserves, you know. So yes, man, remember Anfisa Letyago, she could be an angel, but as well she can be a devil, boy. So go ahead and listen to her music.